2 in the NFL season, as we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On play action, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Here comes the rookie 7th-round pick. It's Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets your point in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
He's got room at the 30, down to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
They'll try and run with McKinnon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got it. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the third down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
And Allen's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Big play that time by Mike Williams, and it picks up a first down, and he's coming off a career-best 76 catches and 1,146 yards last season and was rewarded with a nice extension for his efforts. Definitely hope to continue his improvement in his 6th season as a Chargers' big play threat.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. In motion right comes Allen. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
6-0 our score after 1. It's Eckler again. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Mahomes now on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. DeAndre Carter back deep. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Jalen Watson dropped him defensively.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On second down, Eckler. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Once more, here's Eckler. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Touchdown! Mike Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8.
Chargers 14, Chiefs 6.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Downfield throw tip. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Recovered by the Chargers.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Mahomes to throw once more. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 3rd and long, it's Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. It's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Allen the man in motion right. Herbert just beat the play clock. Williams brings it in. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A handoff, it's Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in a
touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Chargers 21, Chiefs 9.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over first down position at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Eckler now between the tackles. 74 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this fourth quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They're on 19-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Fortson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
After the costly interception late, good job by him to keep it himself that time. Just tuck it, run it, and scramble for the marker. Don't give the coverage another chance at taking it away from you.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now back to throw. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. With no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Joey Bosa in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing now is Mahomes. Under pressure, they got him again. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Mahomes to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. In motion right comes Allen. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Herbert, quick pass out wide. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment,